If your manifestation is not working and you're like, why is this not working? You need to understand there is one thing that is going to block your manifestations, and I'm going to share it in this video. So hey guys, I'm Laura and I make videos that will awaken your awareness. So I'm going to jump straight into it. The one thing that's blocking your manifestations is your subconscious programming. So you need to understand how the subconscious mind works. So firstly, your subconscious mind creates 95% of your outer reality. So if you're not happy with the outer reality, you got to take that up with your subconscious mind. So that's why I said that's the one thing that's going to be blocking you, right? So you need to understand how the subconscious mind works. So firstly, in your first 7 years of your life, your subconscious mind was programmed. When you are between the ages of like 0 and 7, you are in the theta brainwave. And the theta brainwave is when your subconscious mind is wide open and you haven't developed your conscious mind yet. So because your subconscious mind's wide open, you're like a sponge, right? And this is when your programming gets done. If you are brought up in a family that always talks, lack of money. Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. That's programming you to be in lack of money. Now, once that programming's done in that first 7 years, it's locked in. And that's going to determine what you get in your reality. So if you were programmed to be in lack of money, you're going to grow up to be an adult that's always in lack of money until you change the programming. And we can do this. And that's what I'm going to teach you in this video. So your subconscious programming, like I said, the first 7 years of your life is when it's done. Now, things that affect your subconscious programming are things like your childhood wounds. So we all have some sort of childhood wounds, and some of us have more wounds than others, and your wounds is what helps to program your subconscious mind. So for example, it can even be something as small as you were, like me, the middle child, right? But once upon a time, you were the youngest. My cat's just come in. Hello. And then your parents had another child. The baby comes along, and now the attention's off you and onto the baby. And then you and your little child mind don't understand, the situation that's going on, and so that can be a form of a wound, and that wound can create a self-limiting belief, which is number 3. I put it in order because this is sort of the order it goes, right? You have your childhood wounds, you have your trauma. Trauma can come from, even adulthood that can affect the subconscious mind as well. But trauma also from your childhood is programming your subconscious mind. So let's say, you're the middle child, the baby's come along, the attention's now gone off you and it's onto the baby. And your little child mind is like, well, what's happening? What's happening? Why am I not getting this attention anymore? Then you start developing a self-limiting belief like that you're not worthy. You're not worthy of getting attention anymore because your sibling's getting all the attention, or, I'm not good enough, or now I don't get the attention. Well, that must mean there's something wrong with me. You start developing these self-limiting beliefs, and your self-limiting beliefs can be running on autopilot in your subconscious mind. So that means you have these self-limiting beliefs that you're unaware of. And that's what's creating your reality, and that's what's blocking manifestations from happening. So you have your childhood wounds, you have your trauma that creates these self-limiting beliefs. And then we can also do something called self-sabotage based off our own self-limiting beliefs. So for example, you may have a self-limiting belief that you're not worthy. I'm not worthy of earning lots of money. I'm not worthy of being successful. I'm not worthy of being loved, right? And then because you have these beliefs, you may find a relationship with someone who truly loves you and truly wants to be with you, but your self-limiting beliefs telling you that you're not worthy of their love, so you self-sabotage that relationship without realizing you're doing this. It's on a subconscious level. So this is what I mean is your subconscious mind plays a huge part in all of this. And if you're not getting the reality you want, then you've got to look at the programming, and nothing's going to change until you change the programming. So how do we do this? The key is, I'm going to tell you, first, inner and shadow work. That's the first thing you need to do. You need to go back to your childhood wounds and your traumas, and you need to heal yourself from them. So this is what inner work is and what shadow work is. Inner work and shadow work, this is how we heal past traumas and wounds. You need to heal them so you can get rid of them out of your system, basically. The other thing is what we do is called belief work. So we have to look into what self-limiting beliefs do we have. Now, again, these can be in the subconscious mind. So that means you may have these self-limiting beliefs and you're unaware that you have them and they're controlling your life, because your beliefs create your reality. What you believe to be true, hello kitty, what you believe to be true is going to be what's in your reality. So if you have self-limiting beliefs and you're unaware of them, they're going to be controlling your life and your reality. So that's why we do what's called belief work. We overcome our self-limiting beliefs. If you want to learn more about how to do this, I'm going to link a video at the end of this video that's called, I think it's, what did I call it? 5 ways to overcoming your self-limiting beliefs. Something along those lines. I'll link it at this end of this video so you can learn more about belief work and how to do that. So this is another form of, like, just healing ourselves. So here's an example of a self-limiting belief I had that was running in the autopilot mind that stemmed from a childhood wound. This came up in a meditation. So I did a meditation that was called like an inner child meditation where we it's a guided meditation. So you talked through it and we had to connect with our inner child, and a memory came up that I forgot about. And in the memory, because I was the kid that was outshined by the siblings, right? And in the memory, I remember it was like I was with my dad and my brother. My brother always had more attention. He was the older one, and he always had more attention from both mum and dad. And I was just like the extra kid. And I remember, like, we were walking through the school to the back of the school, jumping the fence to get to the shops. And I remember, like, my dad and my brother were ahead of me, and I was, the younger one. And it's almost like they forgot I was there. They're like in their own little world, in their own little conversation, and I'm just lagging at the back. And I remembered, like, this memory came up in the meditation where I remembered as I was climbing over the fence, I remembered that I pretended to hurt myself to get some sort of attention, to say, hey, I'm back here too, because I felt like I was forgotten about. So it's like you're pretending to hurt yourself to get some attention. So that memory came up, and then the limiting belief that was attached to that memory came up with it, and the limiting belief was, I don't matter. So this was a belief I developed in childhood based off the way I was treated versus how my siblings were treated, who got more attention, or you know what I mean? So I developed the self-limiting belief that I don't matter. That was a message that was sent to me, right? And I didn't realize I was walking around with this in my subconscious mind. And these beliefs, again, they're creating our reality. So we do what's called belief work. We find out what our self-limiting beliefs are. And then with belief work, you have to flip the beliefs and reprogram. So I flipped the belief to, I do matter, I do matter, I do matter, and I'm drilling it into myself every day. Yeah, I do matter. To overcome that self-limiting belief. So that's what we've got to do. Now the third one is reprogramming. We have to reprogram the subconscious mind. So like I said, in the first 7 years, that's when the programming gets done, and once it's done, it's locked in there. But we can undo it all, and we can reprogram. It just takes some work. So the way we reprogram is firstly through repetition and feeling. So understanding the subconscious mind. This is how you program it, right? Repetition. Repeating it every single day. And feeling is the language of the subconscious mind. So that's the language you've got to speak to the subconscious mind. So what do I mean? I mean, like, for example, you repeat whatever it is. Say, I'm repeating this new belief. I do matter, I do matter, I do matter. Repetition, right? Repeating it to myself daily. Attach the feeling to it. Feeling as you do matter. Feel as if that is true. That's how you reprogram the subconscious. Now, here I have written using theta brainwave. So like I said at the beginning of this video, the first 7 years of your life, you were in theta brainwave. This is where your subconscious mind's wide open and ready to be programmed, right? Well, we can tap into the theta brainwave state through meditation. So when you meditate, right now I'm in beta brainwave. I'm awake, I'm alert, I'm conscious. When you close your eyes, you're disconnecting from the outer world. Your neocortex, the part of the brain, is going to slow your brainwaves down, and you're going to drop down into alpha and then theta. Theta is when it's like you're Your body's asleep, but your mind's still awake. It's where you're in that light dream state, like light sleep, you know, dream state sleep. So you tap into that through meditation to reprogram. So you could either reprogram through feelings, visualization and feelings, or you could even be listening to like a subconscious programming video whilst going deep into meditation and getting into that theta brainwave. The point is to use the theta brainwave to your advantage, and you tap into it through meditation and that's how you can reprogram that. And the last thing is using sleep. The reason I put using sleep is because when you sleep at night, you're marinating in your subconscious mind for about 8 hours. And so I read in Neville Goddard's book, Feeling is the Secret, on how important sleep is and how you can use it to your advantage to manifest and get what you want in life. So he said, you go to sleep every night feeling's key, feeling the emotion of what would it feel like if you had the thing you're trying to manifest. You imagine what you already have it, and then imagine how you would feel. Really embody that feeling, right? You do this before you go to sleep. Like you're already in bed, and you're feeling as if your wish is already fulfilled, and then drift off to sleep every night. This is how you manifest, because as you're drifting off to sleep, you're now taking that emotion into the subconscious, and you're marinating for the next 8 hours with that. And then you wake up for a fresh new day, and that's what's going to end up creating the reality. Do that every night. Drift into a sleep with the feeling as if your wish is fulfilled. So this is important when it comes to manifestation. You need to understand how big of a part your subconscious mind is playing, and understand that if you're not getting your manifestations, then the programming of your subconscious mind can be creating all these blocks for you, which is why you need to do all this sort of work. Okay? And once you do this sort of work, you're going to have a transformation. You'll transform into a way better person, but you're going to be way better at manifesting. Your life will just turn around and it'll be amazing. I hope you like this video, guys. If you got some sort of value, give me a thumbs up or write a comment. If you like this sort of content, then subscribe and hit that bell notification. I hope I see you on the next video. Peace.